Welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel True Divine 44. You can also catch me at my Facebook page True Divine, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes and comments helps grow what I'm doing here. The comments in particular are my favourite. I love to know where you are on your journey and how these readings may be helping you, or what else you would maybe like me to incorporate in the readings. So this is a daily energy reading for the month of July, and it is the day of the 19th, and it is a lovely reading. The readings have lifted, the energy is lifting, and that's a beautiful thing because we are all ready for it to do so. And the reason it's doing that is because there's many of us that have been brave enough to delve within and do that inner work, which builds into the greater consciousness pool of the collective and lifts that vibration, it lifts that frequency. So each individual doing their part, their work, their inner grounds work is so important and so integral to us lifting the frequency that we all have been existing in. A bit of a low frequency for far too long. So the first card being the Nine of Pentacles. So it's earth, it's the ground, it's the material. It speaks of abundance, it speaks of accomplishment, it speaks of building something that is worth it, building something that is sustainable towards yourself. Clarified by the Ten of Wands, it speaks to the heavy burdens being lifted. So with that, sometimes when we've been in a place of struggle, whether that's internal struggle or material financial struggle, it's hard for us to stop and look and appreciate the accomplishments that we've made, that we've achieved. It's hard for us sometimes to look at how we've refined ourselves and appreciate ourselves because we've gotten so used to being in a frequency that is lower. And so if this resonates with you today, take time to look at yourself and look at the achievements you've made. Look at the inner work that you've done and how that is starting to reflect in your outside world, in your material world. Everything is so much more connected than we've been taught. And so the material, the spiritual, the soul, it's all connected. It all reacts from each other, vice versa. It's an exchange of currency. It's an exchange of frequency. And so that manifests into our material world. So where we've been in a lower vibration, we experience lower vibratory things. We experience the lack. We experience the not having. Right now, if this resonates with you, you have done serious inner work to be able to look at your life now. Maybe from a lot of people from about 3 months ago to now, and the changes that you've made, the accomplishments that you have achieved. It's important now to take time. Put down those 10 of Wands, put down those 10 Wands, put down those heavy burdens and relax in the abundance that you've created, whatever that may be for you. Look at it with gratitude, look at it with pride, because it was all you did this. And so the second card is the beautiful Major Arcana, the Empress. The Venus card, she's ruled by Venus. She's the feminine nature. She's the divine feminine, beauty, abundance, fertility. She is the inspiration and intuition that is achieved by going through the first 2 steps of the tarot deck. She brings in the knowing of, just as I was saying before, the deep knowledge of the connection to the all, in that our thoughts, our words, our deeds all create our outside world that we exist in. So she reminds us to be careful not only of our thoughts, not only of our words, but also of our deeds towards ourselves and towards others. She sees the beauty in the smallest and the largest things. She sees the achievement again in the smallest and the largest things, because she realizes, the divine feminine realizes, that this umbilical cord that runs through everything and everyone, that we absolutely create the world that we live in. The reality that we experience is all done via the internal first, and then that is exchanged into the external. So it's an important reminder to carry on refining yourself, refining the way that you speak to yourself, refining the words that you use to express your thoughts, refining your thoughts. You know, we all have those negative thoughts creeping in regarding our beauty, regarding our abundance, regarding our strength, whatever it may be. Then you have to be aware of those, acknowledge them, and then cast them away, and see where you lie in the opposite of whatever those sneaky little words were, those sneaky little thoughts that creep in. Often they creep in from outside forces, you know, people who maybe haven't done as much inner work, and maybe subconsciously they are saying things out of jealousy or out of just not knowing how important it is, the thoughts and words that we use towards others. So it's important to be discerning, like the Empress, and know what thoughts are yours and what thoughts are being given to you by others or other things. And again, cast them away. Transmute them into something positive. See where you are the opposite of whatever you have been accused, or whatever words have landed on your doorstep. Improve yourself. Improve the way that you look at yourself, and see how that creates even more abundance in your life, in the physical reality that we're all living in right now. The Empress reminds us with the Ten of Pentacles, clarifying it, that she brings in the abundance that is required for happiness, for joy, for fertility, for the extras. Too long have we struggled with the feeling of lack. Too long have we struggled with the feeling of not having control over the reality that we live in. The Empress gives us this deep, deep knowledge, this divine feminine knowing that our words, our deeds, and our thoughts must be channeled, must be thought out, must be, they must be, what's the word? They must be real, in that it takes a bit of practice at first. When we've been living in whatever negativity we've been living in, you realize when you start practicing speaking nice words over yourself and over others, it can be quite difficult. It can be quite a challenge to look in the mirror and say something beautiful to yourself every day. It can be quite a challenge, and that's because we're being conditioned to not do so. So it takes practice to be like the Empress, to see the beauty in self. But do the practice, do the work, look in the mirror every day and challenge yourself to say something beautiful, to say something that resonates, and eventually it will resonate with your heart. You will know that you're speaking truth to yourself. Whatever beautiful words or terms you use to yourself, the more that you do it, the more that you practice, the more you bring in this abundance, this physical abundance, this Ten of Pentacles into your physical reality. The third card being the Emperor. So we've got the Emperor and the Empress. The Emperor, being the number 4, speaks of foundation, solidity. He speaks of the divine masculine, the divine father. So we've got the divine mother here and the divine father. He speaks of foundations and building things, building new structures, building new ways to be. He gives us the importance of having that foundation and being strict about maintaining our foundation. And our foundation should be, like the Empress, in beauty and truth. We should adorn ourselves with beautiful words every day and learn how to do it to others also. I sometimes get shocked by the way that I speak to people. I'm very open And I can tell a stranger you've got beautiful eyes, or your smile lights up a room. And sometimes they take it on board, and they've done enough inner work within themselves that they can just smile and take it on board and know that I'm speaking truth. Other times people look shocked. People don't know, as if I'm some kind of alien, as if I'm not human. Why would I say something random like that? Something sweet, something beautiful, something loving. And that saddens me, because that means that that person has listened to the outside world too much, has not done the inner work enough. And so they can't quite believe what I'm saying, even though I speak the truth to them. They can't quite see it themselves. And it's because they haven't done this emperor work, this foundational work, this inner work to build those firm building blocks that build up strength, that build up fortitude, to be able to then build on top and have a greater experience in this lifetime. So the Emperor is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. So this reading is all about the connection to the All, the Divine Mother and the Divine Father within each and every one of us. The Divine Father, everything's been flipped up the wrong side up. And so, you know, we're living in, with the organized religions that we have, this very patriarchal system. And the Divine Mother has been buried, forgotten, or misplaced in characters. And so we are working from a canvas that is already been, it's already been manipulated. It's already got an undertone. And so the real knowledge is that the Divine Masculine is challenged to be the master that can awaken the Divine Feminine, that can awaken the Goddess, the God, the Divine God, awakening the Divine Goddess. And so this reading is about going back to our roles, in that you may be a master, you may be a goddess. If you're a goddess that has been sleeping for too long, don't look at an emperor that's coming into your life that might speak good foundational words to you, or might give good foundational deeds towards you like he's an alien. Know that this is the truth, in that within these roles, the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine can really support each other, can really build that foundation that is strong enough to hold true growth, true expansion, true knowing of self. And while we all have a Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine within, we will all be predominantly one or the other, also a god or a goddess. And so it's time that we feel those roles. And so if your master is coming in, and don't take the English language in the way it's been manipulated also, of this is the master, the goddess is the servant. No, the master is there to hold the hand of the sleeping goddess, to awaken her to her real beauty, her real power of intuition, of abundance and fertility. And so acknowledge that. And even if you don't have either a goddess in your life or a god in your life yet, a master, by doing this work, by being discerning about the words that you speak, the thoughts that you have, the deeds that you do, you will draw this in. You will draw in either this god or this goddess, depending on how this resonates with you. Allow them to awaken you with beautiful words. Allow them to let you know, deeply know, the powers that you hold within, the manifestation powers that you hold within. The Empress speaks of taking power and dominion over your own life, over your own soul's journey, over your own path, of being in control, And by doing the steps of both the Emperor and the Empress, by allowing yourself to be awakened, and believe you me, you can be the master yourself. If you don't have somebody that resonates with you when you're hearing this as the Emperor or the Empress, vice versa, you can use that balance within, that divine feminine and divine masculine balance within, to start awakening that goddess, to start awakening that intuition, that deep knowing of the connection of the all. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Earth. The abundance that is here by us taking the steps of the Emperor and the Empress is unfathomable to a lot of people right now, because too many people have not experienced it because of the reality that we live in, this over patriarchal reality. The balance hasn't been right for too long, but the rebalancing is happening, the reset is happening. Just as what is meant for harm was made for good. If you look at nature, this lockdown period, this reset period, look at how nature around the world has recovered so quickly. It's gotten back into balance because it doesn't question its beauty. It doesn't question what it's capable of. It just grows and expands and recovers, but always in balance with the divine masculine and divine feminine energies flowing through it. And so it's time for us to recover, it's time for us to rebalance, it's time for us to know the real truths, the real powers that we hold, the real manifestation powers that we hold. On the bottom of the other deck is the beautiful star card, which keeps coming up. This is the healing, the hope. This is the dream world, messages in the dream world, the connection again to the all, from as above, so below, as within, so without. The star card understands this most of all. So if you have been feeling low, if you have been feeling in lack, take the advice of this reading today and awaken, put fire to your God and your goddess, your divine feminine and divine masculine within. Feel the connection to the all. Look at the beauty of the smallest things, a bee landing on a flower. Look at the beauty of the smallest things about you and about the people that you love or the people that you're around. It's important that you do that. From these tiny little steps, you will start to realize your true beauty, your true power, your true expansion and growth. So it's an awesome reading today, and I hope it resonates with many, because this is the key. This is a key, a huge key to rebalancing and restructuring the reality that we live in and the experiences that we all have, even the forgotten. So I hope that helps. If you'd like a private reading with me, I'm starting to take private readings again. I've been poorly for a little while, so getting better, getting stronger. So starting slowly but surely to take more private readings on again. So if you would like that, or any spiritual guidance or any energy work for that matter, get in touch with any of the details below. Until next time, much love, and speak beautiful words to yourself today, tomorrow, and all the days thereafter. Mwah. Be balanced and be whole.